It's recently been a little bit of a news article which has hit the VTuber community, which has stirred up a lot of people, and rightfully so, because I think this article from the CNBC has been catching a lot of attention from people for saying that AI virtual personality YouTubers or VTubers are now earning millions. Now, obviously, I feel like, whenever it comes to AI VTubers or AI YouTubers or whatever, I think there should be a separate term. I don't really know what term that would be, but I feel like there should be a kind of separate category you bring them into. But I think the main thing that people are mad about in this kind of situation is the fact that they're trying to lump in AI virtual YouTubers, like, not real people, in with VTubers. They're trying to say that these are VTubers and that's just what they're classed as, which obviously isn't the case, because obviously that makes then a kind of case of people thinking that every VTuber is just AI, which isn't the case. And there's already so many people that already believe that in the first place. I don't know how. I mean, it's quite obvious from just taking one look at a stream from a VTuber. But obviously, yeah, this article from CNBC has a lot of people mad, because people are saying, like, for example, say one of the most popular gaming YouTubers is named Bloo. He isn't human. He's a VTuber, a fully virtual personality powered by AI. Artificial intelligence. So again, obviously this is the channel. It's run by Kwebbelkop, who has been a very big part of pushing for AI content on YouTube. Obviously there's been many videos made about him in terms of like how bad it is and how terrible it is, but obviously with the advancements of AI, it's now getting better, and it seems like his channel Bloo is doing pretty good in terms of having a VTuber model. Now, yes, it is definitely important to say that it's using a VTuber esque model, but the way that they frame it here, they say, but he isn't human, he's a VTuber. That's almost like implying that VTubers are not human. I feel like that's completely dumb, stupid, and very lazy from NBC there to kind of be reporting on this kind of stuff and not doing their actual kind of research into what a VTuber actually is, because they've essentially just said all VTubers are not human. They're classing VTubers as non-human. And I think that's so dumb. They say, and again, I don't really have a problem with AI kind of, content and things like that. Am I going to watch it? No, it's pretty bad, let's be honest. And I feel like, there's a lot of people, that also won't watch it and also dislike it for whatever reason. And I think you're totally valid in that. But even if, there is AI content out there, I think, just classing it as VTubers is very detrimental to the VTuber community in general. I feel like if you had some other kind of categorization, like even if it's just like an AI YouTuber or an AI tuber, something completely different to VTubers, so that they don't get lumped in with it, because there are many, other AI models out there that also don't actually use the VTuber kind of model, and they try to go for a more realistic, they try to actually look like a real person, which obviously, would you really class that as a VTuber too? I don't think so. And I think that trying to kind of coin the term VTuber onto AI kind of personalities is just super lazy from NBC here. They say one of the most popular gaming YouTubers is named Bloo and has bright blue wavy hair, and dark eyes, but he isn't human. He's a virtual personality powered by artificial intelligence. He said, "I'm here to keep millions of viewers worldwide entertained and coming back for more." Bloo said in an interview with CNBC, "I'm all about good vibes and engaging content. I'm built by humans but boosted by AI." They say Bloo is a virtual YouTuber or a VTuber who has built a massive following of 2.5 million subscribers and more than 700 million views through YouTube videos of him playing popular games like GTA, Roblox, and Minecraft. They say VTubers have gained traction in Japan in 2010. Now advances in AI are making it even easier to create VTubers, fueling a new wave of virtual creators on YouTube, which, again, I feel like that is a little bit of lazy journalism there. Again, they're saying VTubers first gained traction in Japan, and they're saying that, AI is making it easier to create VTubers. That's technically true, but also from the way that, they've been presenting the whole argument, it seems like they're saying that VTubers are becoming more popular and more common due to the fact of AI getting better. And obviously they say the virtual character whose bright colors and 3D physique looks like something out of a Pixar film or the video game Fortnite. This was created by Jordi van der Bush, a longtime YouTuber known as Kwebbelkop. Van der Bush, a 29-year-old who lives in Amsterdam, said he created Bloo after finding himself unable to keep up with the demands of content creation. The work no longer matches output. So he's just lazy. They say it turns out the flaw in the equation is the human, so we need to somehow remove the human. Vanderbush said in an interview. The only logical way was to replace the human with either a photorealistic person or a cartoon. The VTuber was the only option. That's where Bloo came in. They say, yeah, again, I mean, this is a whole just article talking about how he did it and talking about some of the advances in AI. I mean, it's a very, very long thing talking about other parts of AI, but I think them saying, like, for example, as AI generated content becomes more common online, concerns about its impact are growing, especially as it becomes easier to generate convincing but entirely fabricated AI videos, which, yeah, obviously, I feel like, again, also kind of attributing Kwebbelkop to the reason why VTubers are doing more, doing better and more popular is some of the dumbest thing that I've ever seen. He's done nothing for the VTuber space. Now, yeah, maybe he's done a lot for the AI kind of YouTuber space. Sure, you could probably say that. But in terms of VTubers, there are so many popular VTubers out there who have kind of, popularized VTubing as a, whole. And it's just getting a little bit ridiculous that, people are kind of attributing AI to VTubers. And they're saying they make a brief mention of VTubers puppeting their models in real life, but the whole framing of the article makes it out to be like VTubing is a whole thing driven by AI, which again, yeah, they've hit the nail on the head there. They're making it seem like VTubing is just an AI-driven thing, which isn't the case, and it's already confusing enough for some people. They say, actually, bottom-tier content farm slot for toddlers. They said, and that's not even mentioning the shorts. So again, they say, what am I even looking at here? Jesus, it's like someone aspired to be a mobile game ad when they grew up. Again, as I said, it doesn't look good to me either, but, I'm not really one to kind of dwell on the point of like, oh, this AI channel's bad or whatever. They can do whatever they want. I don't really care what they're doing. But I think that kind of lumping it in with VTubers was the thing that bothered me the most, because again, there are so many VTubers out there who work hard as a human and don't just, sit there putting prompts into a kind of generator that, have built up the VTubing community over, so many years. And now all of a sudden, you got articles from NBC. NBC is a big news company. It's not just, some small one. It's, it's a big, company. And they're trying to attribute this to like Kwebbelkop and AI. It's like, bro, like, no, what they should have done is if they really wanted to make an article covering VTubers, they should have gone to some of the biggest VTubers in this space and done an interview with them, not with someone who is using AI to try and, transform, YouTube or whatever they're trying to do. They said, and not a word about an actual VTuber, which, yeah, definitely is true. They said, it's an article written by AI. It's all over the place. They say this is an insult to regular VTubers and actual AI VTubers as well. Neuro will hear this, which again, yeah, I mean, there are so many actual AI VTubers out there as well, like Neurosama, who obviously, causes quite a bit of, controversy in the community and stuff like that. But at the same time, it seems like the VTubing community has kind of accepted her because it is like a fun little thing where they're actually trying to, they're trying to make entertaining content, and there's also some human factors in the form of Vidal and stuff like that, where it's actually all right. I don't think it's that bad, whereas, Kwebbelkop's one is more, they are just like kind of pushing out tons of slop content. So the article basically exists to say, hey, all that hype you hear about VTubers is actually AI. Please buy OpenAI stock, please. It's also likely made by people who are or think that the audience are anime phobic, so they think that the most Web3 looking avatars as opposed to someone like Neuro, which, yeah, that could be true. They probably went for someone like Bloo due to the fact of, this is probably the most Western looking VTuber you could probably, conjure up, which I think, yeah, is definitely interesting, and maybe that is the reason why they decided to pick this one instead of like a VTuber like Norosama, who, obviously has a more, anime kind of style whenever it comes to, the whole design of the character. But yeah, I thought this was very interesting. I thought it was, a little bit outrageous that they made an article like this. I kind of wanted to cover it and talk about it with you guys. Again, let me know down in the comments if you guys like this video, because again, I'm really interested if you guys are interested in talking about this kind of stuff, like these articles, because it is pretty ridiculous that this kind of stuff is taking over and that this kind of stuff is being covered by these big news sites when there are so many popular VTubers out there who could have been covered and who could have actually explained the real world of VTubing rather than the fake world where essentially they just pump out AI slop videos. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, good game subs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.